Empress Dowager Liu was a powerful regent of the Song Dynasty, serving as the de facto ruler during the minority of Emperor Renzong. She controlled the imperial court with skillful political maneuvering, maintaining stability while limiting the influence of rival factions. Empress Dowager Liu was born in the late 2nd century during the Eastern Han Dynasty. She came from a humble family. Her early life was simple and filled with challenges faced by commoners. Growing up in modest surroundings, she learned the values of hard work and resilience. Her family struggled to make ends meet, but they valued education. They believed knowledge could lead to a better future. As a child, Liu showed intelligence and sharp wit. These qualities impressed those around her. She gained respect within her community. Her upbringing instilled a strong sense of duty toward her family. Liu had a desire to rise above her circumstances. She often helped her parents with chores while dedicating time to her studies. This showcased her ability to balance responsibilities well. During this formative period, Liu built strong bonds with her siblings. They shared dreams and aspirations. They often discussed their hopes for the future. Liu's parents recognized her potential. They encouraged her to seek opportunities beyond their village, though options were limited for women at that time. Despite societal limitations, Liu's determination stood out. She understood the importance of strategic alliances and the power dynamics in her society. Her early experiences shaped her character. They planted the seeds for her future ambitions. Liu's determination and clever thinking opened the doors to the imperial palace. She understood that power lay in forming alliances with influential figures at court. Her sharp observations of palace dynamics helped her navigate the complex relationships that defined imperial life. With her keen intellect and charming demeanor, Liu caught the attention of key advisors and officials. They recognized her potential and began to support her entrance into the palace. As her reputation as a capable woman grew, whispers of her talents reached powerful ears. Liu carefully crafted her image as a devoted servant of the empire. As Liu gained support from various factions, she seized every chance to prove her skills. Her ability to solve problems and provide valuable insights made her a sought-after ally. Eventually, her efforts bore fruit when she received an invitation to join the palace staff. This was a significant milestone in her journey. Once inside, Liu adapted quickly to the palace's strict customs. She learned the intricacies of court life, from etiquette to political maneuvering. With each passing day, she solidified her position and built connections that would benefit her in the future. As Liu moved through the palace, her charm and intellect stood out. Emperor Taizong noticed her exceptional qualities. Unlike many consorts who relied solely on beauty, Liu engaged in deep and meaningful conversations. This impressed the emperor greatly. Taizong, known for his wise judgment, quickly promoted Liu to consort. His choice wasn't just about attraction, it was a strategic move to build loyalty and stability in the court. Liu's intelligence brought balance to the often chaotic palace environment. As consort, Liu took on her new role with grace. She mastered the art of diplomacy among the other women in the emperor's harem. By forming alliances and managing rivalries, she secured her position. Liu connected with Taizong on many levels, from political discussions to personal moments, which strengthened her influence. Her presence also changed Taizong's leadership style. Inspired by Liu's insights, he began to value the perspectives of his consorts more. This shift fostered a more inclusive atmosphere in the court. The birth of Emperor Renzong was a momentous event in the history of the Song Dynasty. He was born in 1010 as the third son of Emperor Taizong and Empress Liu. His arrival brought great hope, especially since his older brothers had died in infancy. The court celebrated his birth, seeing it as a sign of good fortune for the empire. From an early age, Renzong showed great intelligence and a strong sense of duty. Empress Liu played a crucial role in his upbringing. She taught him the values of kindness and wisdom. These qualities would define his reign. Renzong's education was grounded in Confucian ideals, preparing him for future challenges. As Renzong matured, the Song Dynasty faced many difficulties. Internal strife and external threats loomed large. In 1022, Renzong ascended to the throne. His leadership was seen as a source of stability during turbulent times. He inherited a rich cultural heritage and aimed to maintain peace and prosperity throughout the realm. The birth of Emperor Renzong ensured the continuation of the imperial line. It also marked the beginning of an era characterized by stability and cultural growth. Emperor Taizong's death in 1022 was a significant moment for the Song Dynasty. His rule had brought military successes, diplomatic gains, and cultural growth. These achievements helped the dynasty flourish. However, the sudden loss of such a strong leader created a shockwave throughout the empire. Taizong was known for his wise governance and effective military strategies. He'd built a solid foundation for the dynasty. After his death, there were worries about the future. The young heir, Emperor Renzong, was just a child. This situation created a power vacuum, leading to uncertainty and concern. As news of Taizong's passing spread, the court entered a time of mourning. Officials and common people remembered his legacy. They celebrated his accomplishments but also faced the unknown ahead. The mood shifted from confidence to worry. Different factions in the court began to emerge, each seeking to influence the young emperor. The death of Taizong marked not only a moment of grief but also a time of potential political instability. It signaled the end of an era. With young Emperor Renzong taking the throne, a regency was formed to guide the empire through uncertain times. Empress Dowager Liu, the emperor's mother, played a key role in this regency. Her influence became a stabilizing force as she navigated the complex court politics to protect her son's interests. Liu understood the need for loyal advisors. She surrounded herself with skilled officials who shared her vision. This council included experienced strategists and administrators. Through this careful selection, she gained considerable control over governance. Her actions ensured a smooth transition of power, bringing much-needed order to the empire. Yet Liu faced challenges. Rival factions within the court aimed to undermine her authority. They often tested her resolve. Despite these threats, she used her sharp intellect and understanding of politics to counter their ambitions. As regent, Liu also focused on social reforms. She addressed the needs of the people. By promoting policies to reduce poverty and enhance agricultural productivity, she earned the trust and support of the populace. This strengthened her legitimacy as a ruler. As Empress Dowager Liu secured her power in the court, she skillfully navigated the dangers of imperial politics. She knew that to keep her influence, she'd to build strong alliances with important officials and military leaders. By choosing her confidants wisely, she ensured her voice echoed throughout the court. Liu understood the value of public perception. She presented herself as a kind and wise leader, winning the support of both the people and the nobility. She hosted grand banquets and ceremonies that highlighted her generosity. This helped her establish a maternal image, crucial for gaining loyalty from those who could influence court favor. When rival factions arose, Liu wasn't hesitant to act. She used clever tactics to weaken her opponents without attracting attention. Spreading rumors and creating discord kept her rivals isolated and vulnerable. By the time they understood their precarious position, it was often too late. Empress Dowager Liu held significant power in the court. Her influence went beyond politics. She skillfully managed daily affairs, ensuring the imperial court ran smoothly. Her organizational skills were remarkable. Court sessions were scheduled flawlessly. Communication among officials flowed efficiently. Many admired her ability to maintain such order. Each morning, Liu reviewed reports from various ministries. She prioritized urgent matters that needed her attention. Rather than simply delegating tasks, she engaged with the details. This allowed her to make informed decisions. Her memory for intricate details about court officials helped her assess situations quickly. Liu oversaw palace events with great care. She ensured that ceremonies followed tradition while appealing to the court's elite. During gatherings, her presence was strong. She used these moments to reinforce her authority and influence. By building relationships with key figures, she created a loyal support network. Additionally, Empress Dowager Liu instilled a culture of discipline within the court. She expected punctuality and professionalism. Officials were held accountable for their duties. This commitment to order improved the court's functioning. It also enhanced her reputation as a capable leader. In the Grand Court, Liu skillfully navigated rivalries with other factions. The political landscape was ever-changing, and she knew the importance of being alert and strategic. Liu combined diplomacy with firm assertiveness to secure her influence. She recognized the ambitions of rival groups. To protect her interests, she forged alliances with influential figures. Private meetings helped her build trust and cooperation, all while she carefully monitored potential threats. Liu had a keen eye for her rivals' weaknesses and used subtle tactics to weaken them when needed. Loyalty within her faction was crucial. Liu rewarded her supporters, creating a strong sense of unity. This made it difficult for her enemies to gain support. She organized social events to reinforce connections and show her commitment to her followers. This approach not only solidified her power, but also discouraged dissent. Adaptability was another of Liu's strengths. When conflicts arose, she quickly sought terms that favored her faction. By presenting herself as a mediator, she became a stabilizing force, earning respect from both allies and adversaries. Liu's skillful handling of rivalries strengthened her position and gave her substantial influence over Emperor Renzong's rule. Once she established her authority, she turned her attention to shaping the emperor's policies and decisions. She ensured they reflected her vision for the empire. Aware of Renzong's youth and inexperience, she took on a guiding role. She offered counsel on governance and military strategy. Liu adeptly navigated the complex world of court politics. She promoted loyal officials who shared her views. This tactic helped her build a supportive faction within the court, further solidifying her power. By surrounding Renzong with trusted advisors, she effectively influenced his decisions. Her presence was felt across many aspects of state affairs. Furthermore, Liu's ability to maintain stability during tumultuous times highlighted her political skill. She managed conflicts and dissent with ease. Liu presented herself as a stabilizing force in the empire. Renzong often relied on her wisdom. This reliance deepened their bond and allowed her to subtly shape his reign. Her influence reached beyond immediate decisions. Liu instilled a sense of continuity and purpose in the emperor's administration. She promoted policies focused on economic development and social welfare. These efforts laid the foundation for a prosperous reign. Recognizing the critical need for a stable imperial succession, Liu took decisive actions to secure her family's place in the royal line. She knew that the future of the dynasty depended on strong heirs. Therefore, Liu concentrated on preparing her son, Emperor Renzong, for his future role. She instilled in him the values and principles necessary for good governance. Liu skillfully navigated court politics. She aligned herself with powerful officials who could support her son's rule. By promoting capable ministers, she ensured their loyalty to both her and the throne. This careful strategy created a network of support vital for maintaining stability during Renzong's reign. Additionally, Liu recognized the importance of her family's bloodline. She arranged advantageous marriages for her children, forging alliances with other noble families. This not only raised her family's status, but also broadened the support base for the imperial lineage. As Renzong took the throne, Liu remained a trusted advisor. She guided him through the complexities of ruling. Her influence didn't diminish, rather, she became a key figure in the administration. She worked to ensure that her principles continued to shape governance. Through her tireless efforts, Liu protected the imperial succession. As Empress Dowager Liu navigated the complexities of court life, she recognized the importance of religion and culture. These elements shaped the moral foundation of the dynasty. She actively promoted Confucian ideals. Filial piety and loyalty were her cornerstones. These values resonated deeply with the people. They helped solidify her authority. By endorsing Confucian scholars, she influenced education and governance. Their teachings became integral to the empire's values. This alignment supported her vision for stability and harmony. Empress Dowager Liu also fostered a rich cultural environment. She encouraged the arts and literature to thrive. By sponsoring poets, painters, and musicians, she enhanced the dynasty's prestige. Her court became a hub for artistic expression. This cultural renaissance celebrated the empire's history and virtues. It uplifted the spirits of her subjects and served as a powerful tool for propaganda. In addition, she made significant contributions to religious practices. She supported Buddhism and Taoism, offering spiritual solace to many citizens. By promoting these faiths, she fostered tolerance and respect for diverse beliefs. This approach helped unify the populace. Emperor Taizong's death in 1022 was a significant moment for the Song Dynasty. His rule had brought military successes, diplomatic gains, and cultural growth. These achievements helped the dynasty flourish. However, the sudden loss of such a strong leader created a shockwave throughout the empire. Taizong was known for his wise governance and effective military strategies. He'd built a solid foundation for the dynasty. After his death, there were worries about the future. The young heir, Emperor Renzong, was just a child. This situation created a power vacuum, leading to uncertainty and concern. As news of Taizong's passing spread, the court entered a time of mourning. Officials and common people remembered his legacy. They celebrated his accomplishments but also faced the unknown ahead. The mood shifted from confidence to worry. Different factions in the court began to emerge, each seeking to influence the young emperor. The death of Taizong marked not only a moment of grief but also a time of potential political instability. It signaled the end of an era. With young Emperor Renzong taking the throne, a regency was formed to guide the empire through uncertain times. Empress Dowager Liu, the emperor's mother, played a key role in this regency. Her influence became a stabilizing force as she navigated the complex court politics to protect her son's interests. Liu understood the need for loyal advisors. She surrounded herself with skilled officials who shared her vision. This council included experienced strategists and administrators. Through this careful selection, she gained considerable control over governance. Her actions ensured a smooth transition of power, bringing much-needed order to the empire. Yet Liu faced challenges. Rival factions within the court aimed to undermine her authority. They often tested her resolve. Despite these threats, She used her sharp intellect and understanding of politics to counter their ambitions. As regent, Liu also focused on social reforms. She addressed the needs of the people. By promoting policies to reduce poverty and enhance agricultural productivity, she earned the trust and support of the populace. This strengthened her legitimacy as a ruler. As Empress Dowager Liu secured her power in the court, she skillfully navigated the dangers of imperial politics. She knew that to keep her influence, she'd to build strong alliances with important officials and military leaders. By choosing her confidants wisely, she ensured her voice echoed throughout the court. Liu understood the value of public perception. She presented herself as a kind and wise leader, winning the support of both the people and the nobility. She hosted grand banquets and ceremonies that highlighted her generosity. This helped her establish a maternal image, crucial for gaining loyalty from those who could influence court favor. When rival factions arose, Liu wasn't hesitant to act. She used clever tactics to weaken her opponents without attracting attention. Spreading rumors and creating discord kept her rivals isolated and vulnerable. By the time they understood their precarious position, it was often too late. Empress Dowager Liu held significant power in the court. Her influence went beyond politics. She skillfully managed daily affairs, ensuring the imperial court ran smoothly. Her organizational skills were remarkable. Court sessions were scheduled flawlessly. Communication among officials flowed efficiently. Many admired her ability to maintain such order. Each morning, Liu reviewed reports from various ministries. She prioritized urgent matters that needed her attention. Rather than simply delegating tasks, she engaged with the details. This allowed her to make informed decisions. Her memory for intricate details about court officials helped her assess situations quickly. Liu oversaw palace events with great care. She ensured that ceremonies followed tradition while appealing to the court's elite. During gatherings, her presence was strong. She used these moments to reinforce her authority and influence. By building relationships with key figures, she created a loyal support network. Additionally, Empress Dowager Liu instilled a culture of discipline within the court. She expected punctuality and professionalism. Officials were held accountable for their duties. This commitment to order improved the court's functioning. It also enhanced her reputation as a capable leader. Liu also used strategic marriages and alliances. These actions reinforced her position within the court. When conspiracies arose, she acted decisively. She initiated investigations to expose plots before they could succeed. Her ability to identify traitors and take swift action sent a clear message: betrayal wouldn't be tolerated. This proactive approach kept potential usurpers at bay and instilled fear in her adversaries. Moreover, Liu's reforms targeted the structures that allowed conspiracies to thrive. She implemented stricter regulations and promoted meritocracy. These changes aimed to reduce the power of entrenched elites who thrived on manipulation. Her reforms not only improved governance but also weakened those who schemed in the shadows. Through her political skill and determination, Empress Dowager Liu maintained her grip on power. She thwarted conspiracies that sought to disrupt her reign. Her legacy is one of a ruler who faced challenges head-on. Empress Dowager Liu played a crucial role in diplomacy. She worked hard to strengthen ties with neighboring kingdoms. Through strategic alliances, she built bridges of peace. Her diplomatic initiatives fostered collaboration. This brought stability to her empire. Her efforts enhanced the security of her domain. They also opened new pathways for cultural exchange. It was a time of growth and connection. The political landscape was tense. Yet Empress Dowager Liu skillfully managed relations with neighboring kingdoms. She aimed for stability and security for her realm. Her strategic mind allowed her to forge alliances These alliances came through marriage, trade agreements, and diplomatic envoys. This approach fostered goodwill among rival states. One significant move was a marriage alliance with a powerful kingdom. This strengthened ties and created unity. It boosted her political standing and helped prevent conflicts. Empress Dowager Liu knew mutual benefit was vital. Thus, she engaged in trade deals that enriched her kingdom. At the same time, her neighbors felt valued. Her diplomatic skills went beyond alliances. She hosted envoys and dignitaries often. This created an atmosphere of trust and open dialogue. By addressing concerns and negotiating compromises, she reduced tensions. These tensions could have led to warfare. In the end, Empress Dowager Liu's approach to diplomacy laid the foundation for peaceful coexistence among kingdoms. Her exceptional leadership and vision shone through in a tumultuous era. Her legacy endures, demonstrating how diplomacy can create stability amid uncertainty. Empress Dowager Liu faced great threats from northern invaders. These foes aimed to destabilize her empire. She took swift action to defend her borders. Strategic defenses were put in place. She rallied her forces, inspiring them to stand strong. Her decisive leadership during these crises was vital. It demonstrated her commitment to the safety of the realm. As tensions with northern invaders grew, Liu faced a daunting challenge. She knew her rule depended on her ability to protect her lands. Quickly, she gathered military advisors. Their insights would help fortify defenses and plan responses. Liu also focused on diplomacy. She sought peace with neighboring tribes. She believed that military readiness paired with negotiations could deter attacks. Additionally, she invested in training local militias. These militias would empower communities to defend themselves. To bolster security, Liu ordered the construction of watchtowers along the borders. This would allow her forces to keep a vigilant eye on potential threats. Information was key. Gathering intelligence on enemy movements became crucial. Despite the dangers, Liu's strong actions inspired confidence among her people. They rallied to her side, united in their determination to protect their homeland. Empress Dowager Liu understood the importance of Emperor Renzong's health. She knew that a healthy emperor meant a strong empire. To ensure his well-being, she took careful measures. Her actions were aimed at fostering stability. A robust ruler would lead to a prosperous reign. By prioritizing his health, she set the stage for a long and effective rule. This was crucial for the empire's future. In the intricate world of the imperial court, Liu recognized the importance of Emperor Renzong's health. His well-being was vital for a stable and prosperous reign. To ensure this, she established strict routines for his diet and exercise. Liu knew that the emperor's physical condition directly influenced the empire's stability. She surrounded Renzong with skilled physicians and herbalists. Liu ensured he received the finest care available. She often consulted these experts to make certain they followed the best medical practices of the time. Furthermore, Liu understood the significance of mental health. She encouraged the emperor to partake in cultural activities like poetry and music, which provided him joy and relaxation. Taizu's administration prioritized transparency and accountability. This approach helped rebuild trust between the government and its people. With these economic reforms, the Song Dynasty entered a period of prosperity. Taizu could then focus on enhancing military defenses and expanding territorial influence. His economic policies laid the foundation for a thriving empire, ensuring a robust financial system for future generations. Emperor Taizu of Song understood the power of Confucian scholars. He recognized they could shape his government's beliefs. By promoting Confucianism, he sought stability and morality in his administration. This wise decision helped strengthen his rule. The elevation of Confucianism as the guiding philosophy of Government marked a major change in Chinese political thought during the Song Dynasty. Emperor Taizu recognized the need for stability and morality in governance. He promoted Confucian ideals to create a just society. His goal was to establish ethical leadership and social harmony. Taizu supported Confucian scholars, which raised their status. This led to the creation of a merit-based civil service examination system. In this system, individuals advanced based on their knowledge of Confucian texts. It was no longer about aristocratic connections or military strength. As a result, many talented scholars joined the government. They brought education and a commitment to Confucian principles to the bureaucracy. Furthermore, Taizu's focus on Confucianism instilled loyalty and responsibility in officials. He encouraged them to prioritize the people's welfare. His reign established a government that valued moral integrity and social responsibility. Emperor Taizu of Song recognized the need for strong relations with neighboring states. He knew that diplomacy was key. His efforts focused on the Liao, Goryeo, and Dali kingdoms. Through careful negotiation, he navigated complex political challenges. This approach brought stability to the Song dynasty. It also enhanced their security. As Taizu of Song navigated the complex world of regional politics, he engaged in diplomacy with the Liao, Goryeo, and Dali kingdoms. He understood the value of alliances. Taizu aimed to create a balance that would ensure peace and stability for his new dynasty. With the Liao, he recognized their military strength. To avoid conflict, he chose to negotiate peaceful relations. He often offered tribute and sought trade agreements. This strategy helped maintain harmony. In his dealings with Goryeo, Taizu focused on cooperation. He sent envoys to strengthen ties. He highlighted their shared cultural and economic interests. This approach reduced the risk of hostilities and built mutual respect. The Dali kingdom presented unique challenges. Taizu knew that diplomacy was essential to manage potential territorial disputes. He extended gestures of goodwill, including trade agreements that were beneficial for both sides. Through these diplomatic efforts, Taizu displayed his strategic skill. His actions secured peace and elevated Song's status in regional politics. By building strong relationships with neighboring states, he laid the foundation for a prosperous era. This groundwork ensured the longevity of his dynasty in a changing world. Reducing the influence of aristocratic families, Emperor Taizu of Song made bold moves to reduce the power of noble families. He transferred authority directly to the imperial throne. This centralization of power aimed to create a stronger and more stable government. It weakened the influence of hereditary aristocrats. At the same time, it strengthened the emperor's control over the state. To strengthen his rule and reduce the power of hereditary aristocrats, Emperor Taizu introduced important reforms. He understood that the aristocracy threatened his authority. Therefore, he acted decisively to diminish their influence. First, Taizu cut down the number of official titles and positions held by aristocrats. This move limited their access to wealth and resources. By doing so, he aimed to create a government that was more loyal to the emperor and less reliant on noble families. Next, Taizu promoted people from lower social classes to positions of power. He valued ability over noble birth. This shift allowed capable leaders to rise and serve the state's interests. It also weakened the traditional power that aristocrats had enjoyed for many years. Taizu's reforms also included changes in land ownership. He implemented policies that redistributed land to peasants. This action further eroded the economic strength of the aristocracy. Through these measures, Taizu centralized power under his rule. He dismantled the influence of hereditary families. In doing so, he laid the foundation for a more unified and stable Song dynasty. As Liu's influence grew at the imperial court, she became a key patron of scholars and literary works. Her support fostered a vibrant cultural environment. Liu understood that literature and scholarship could shape public opinion and legitimize her rule. By backing poets, historians, and philosophers, she elevated their status and enriched the court's intellectual life. Many talented individuals were drawn to her patronage. They produced works that celebrated her reign and the virtues of her administration. Liu commissioned historical texts to chronicle her family's achievements, ensuring their legacy would endure. She also encouraged poetry that reflected the grandeur of the court and her own wisdom. Liu's active role in literary circles led to the establishment of scholarly gatherings. These gatherings became a melting pot of ideas and creative thought. They influenced both contemporary and future generations. Liu's commitment to literature and scholarship enhanced her image. More importantly, it laid a cultural foundation for future dynasties. As Empress Dowager Liu's political power diminished, she shifted her focus to religious patronage. This change marked a significant moment in her life. It allowed her to retain influence and respect within the court. By supporting various religious institutions, she aimed to secure her legacy. This was crucial during a time of decline. Her actions reflected the shifting dynamics of power in the empire. Empress Dowager Liu once held great power in court politics. However, her influence began to decline as she turned her attention to religious matters. She started to invest her time and resources in temples and spiritual institutions. This shift helped her build a reputation as a pious leader. Yet, it also pulled her away from the complexities of governance. As she embraced her role as a benefactor, her political allies began to fade. Her focus on spirituality reduced her involvement in state affairs. As a result, her power slowly eroded. Court officials and rivals, noticing her disengagement, quickly moved to assert their influence. Furthermore, her dedication to religion alienated some factions within the court. Many viewed her patronage as a distraction from important political issues. The once dominant Empress Dowager found herself sidelined. Younger, ambitious officials seized control of power. In time, her legacy became closely linked to her religious devotion. This overshadowed her earlier political achievements. As Empress Dowager Liu stepped back from active politics, her influence started to fade. She turned her attention to her legacy. She navigated the complexities of court life with care. In her final years of power, she pondered her many achievements. The tides of governance were changing around her. The empire faced new challenges. Rival factions emerged, each vying for control. The balance of power shifted subtly. Empress Liu watched these developments closely. She understood the importance of stability. Her decisions would echo through history. As she reflected on her reign, she felt a mix of pride and concern. The world she'd known was evolving. Traditions were being questioned. New ideas took root among the people. The court buzzed with whispers of reform. In these pivotal moments, Empress Liu sought to secure her legacy. She encouraged loyalty among her allies. She reminded them of the strength found in unity. Her wisdom was respected, even as her power diminished. Empress Dowager Liu held significant power during her reign. However, in her final years, she began to step back from active politics. The political landscape changed, and she recognized the need to allow the younger generation to lead. Her once dominant presence started to fade as she shifted her focus to personal interests and her legacy. During this time, Empress Dowager Liu watched the court from a distance. She still influenced decisions, but her involvement became less direct. The trusted advisors she'd nurtured took on more prominent roles in governance. They often sought her wisdom and guidance, valuing her keen understanding of politics. This allowed her to remain relevant even as she distanced herself from daily power struggles. As her health declined, she further limited her activities. Despite this, she took pride in her successors' accomplishments. She believed her influence would continue through them. As Empress Dowager Liu withdrew from her political duties, her health began to decline. She once radiated vitality, but now she faced many illnesses. These ailments drained her energy. Over time, her condition worsened. Finally, she passed away, signaling the end of a significant era. Her death marked a pivotal moment in history, altering the course of governance and culture. Death of Empress Dowager Liu Empress. Dowager Liu once held great power and influence. In her later years, her health began to decline. The vibrant ruler, known for her sharp political mind, became fatigued and ill. Adviso, ill. Advisors and family members worried as her thoughts became clouded by pain. Even as her condition worsened, she tried to engage in state affairs. However, her presence at court became less frequent. The once bustling court felt her absence deeply. As her health continued to fail, rumors about her mortality spread among nobles and commoners alike. In her final days, Empress Dowager Liu found comfort in memories of her reign. She reflected on her achievements and the legacy she'd leave behind. Surrounded by loyal attendants, she took her last breath. Her passing marked the end of an era. The nation mourned the loss of a formidable leader. Empress Dowager Liu had skillfully navigated the complexities of court life. Her strength and resolve would never be forgotten. Empress Dowager Liu's rise to power was extraordinary. She began in obscurity but left a lasting impact on the Eastern Han dynasty. Her sharp mind and strategic skills shaped important policies. These policies focused on social welfare and cultural growth. Even after her retirement, her influence continued. Liu's legacy inspired future leaders. Her story is a testament to her significant role in Chinese history. It shows that one person's vision and determination can change the course of an empire for generations. Throughout her life, she navigated the complexities of court politics. Each decision she made marked a pivotal moment in governance. Her contributions transformed the cultural landscape of her time. Empress Dowager Liu remains a symbol of power and resilience in history.